Everyone, welcome to Ergonomics and Facilities Planning for Hospitality. We are now at our week 11, and for week 11, our topic is about safety and security systems. For this week's topic, we will discuss the safety and security systems in the typical hospitality industry. We will also identify the security features of hospitality establishments and elaborate on the impacts of safety and security issues for both guests and employees. So once again, this PowerPoint presentation was prepared by Sir Jamal Anthony O. Garcia. So let's proceed to our discussion. So week 11, safety and security systems. So safety involves avoiding those causes of injury and damage that we might call accidental, such as slips and falls, cuts, burns, and other personal injuries, as well as related property damages. So safety issues are important for their impact on both guests and employees. Occupational injuries and lost workdays affect many departments, as well as the operations profit picture. Oh, in addition, they affect the injured employees and their families. And a property with a good safety program should be able to reduce both the rate at which injuries occurs and the severity of the injuries that do occur. So for some hospitality operations, they have reduced their injury rates below the industry average by implementing safety programs. Kaya napaka-importante talaga ng mga safety and security system because itong mga programs na to, they are often part of an overall program in risk management, an integrated effort to reduce the causes and effects of safety and security related incident of all types. So for this one, it is also very important to place either an individual or a safety committee in charge for safety. So this person or committee should have the power to enforce compliance with safety rules as well. So other elements of safety programs that have helped reduce employee injuries include, so we have here, these are the safety programs. So we have requiring job-specific pre-employment physical examinations for certain job classes. So basically, syempre, pag mag-employ ka ng mga tao, may medical yan. Kasi if walang physical examination, paano siya magiging fit for that certain job? If he or she is not fit for the job, it might really cause an injury in the establishment as well. So another one is giving all employees a written policy statement concerning the organization's commitment to safety and what is expects of its employees. So may papabasa din regarding about the safety and security in the establishment. Also soliciting and using the input of line employees on safety matters. Conducting regular safety inspection of the property. This is very important. So syempre, dahil sa isang establishment, kailangan mag-conduct ka ng regular safety inspection para malaman mo or ma-reduce ang mga injuries or accidents. Also, setting realistic goals for accident reduction, closely monitoring progress and rewarding reductions, requiring department-level accountability for accident reduction, and offering a modified duty program to return injured employees to work sooner, creating a heightened sense of safety awareness through signs, contents, rewards, and health fairs, and also, syempre, training, retraining, and more training. So very important talaga ang training, retraining, and more training for a certain establishment to reduce accidents and also if ever magka-accident, an employee knows how to deal with the situation and the injury na nag-occur sa typical accident. So for the building design, maintenance, and safety, the proper design and maintenance of the physical plants are important contributors to employee and guest safety. Why? Because proper maintained and adequately walkways, stairways, and parking lots will reduce the likelihood of falls and related injuries. So, syempre, kung madilim, usually ito yung mga sanhi ng mga disgrasya. And then, pag madulas din, so kaya kailangan mag-invest talaga sa mga design and materials na gagamitin for the establishment. For example, the establishment has been using non-slip or a slip, yung madulas non-slip floor or slip-resistant floor materials, lalo na kung sa kitchen. So, of course, it will help to protect the employees and guests from injury due to slippery surfaces. Also, we need to inspect the glass doors installed in balconies, other patient doors, and because kailangan din tempered glass kasi ang tempered glass, it is harder to break. And usually, kung may mga makikita kayong videos, meron yung iba yung nauuntog sa glass and then nagsha-shatter yung glass. So those glass are low class glass. So hindi sila tempered glass. Kaya minsan ito yung mga sanhi ng mga aksidente and injury. So beside the physical plant, the furniture, fixtures, and equipment also need attention as part of the safety program as well. So kailangan ine-inspect kung worn out na ba ito, kung may damage, especially sa mga chair kasi may mga times na ang guest, uupo sila sa chair, usually sa dining, and then if ever hindi na-inspect ang chair ng maayos, it may cause for an accident as well. So that is why we need to consider the building design, maintenance, and safety. So safety and the guest bath. So of course, since we are talking about the hospitality establishment, syempre, meron din safety in the guest bath or the bathrooms. So an area of particular concern in guest safety is the guest bathroom. Some of the safety concerns are, of course, hot water temperatures, sleep resistance of bathtub, shower, and bathroom floor coverings, electrical shock, and proper bathroom construction. So the scalding of guests in lodging bathrooms has resulted in injury and death, and this problem occurs primarily in older establishments due to the system and design. So basically, yung mga bagong hotels ngayon, they have improved their building design or the design in the bathrooms. Pero yung mga old establishments, yun yung mga nagkakaroon pa rin ng sanhi ng aksidente. It's because of the poor safety features in the guest bath or in the bathroom. So to prevent scalding, it is suggested that the operator should set guest use water temperatures no higher than 49 degrees Celsius at the source of 43 degrees Celsius at the tap. So separate hotel water system supplying commercial facilities, guest rooms, and locker rooms for those supplying kitchens and laundries, and select bath and shower valves that provide pressure and temperature compensation. And usually these valves maintain a present mix of hot and cold water and automatically adjust to system changes. So the slip resistance of bathtubs is also a concern since slippery bathtubs can cause injury. So basically, some hotels have bathtubs in their bathrooms. So basically for those bathtubs, they installed those non-slip features, especially for especially or in order for them to avoid accidents, and it may cause injury as well. So the slip resistance rating of a bathroom tub and shower can decrease over time due to wear and effects of cleaning chemicals. Kaya kailangan mine-maintain and nagko-conduct talaga tayo ng inspection regarding to our facilities, designs, and equipments, and the safety and security. Kasi nag-worn out din ito from time to time. So in our handouts or PDF files, we have here a exhibit or a photo in which we have the position of mounting of grab bars. So it is very important to have grab bars in the bathroom in order for you to guide, especially yung mga may mga handicap, pero meron din tayong mga other hotels na kung saan they provide a special bathroom or special room dun sa mga persons with disabilities or yung mga handicapped persons. So for fire safety, the lodging and food service industries face several changes when dealing with the fire safety. In lodging operations, most of the building occupants are guests staying only a short of time, making it difficult to train them about fire procedures. In contrast, the occupants of such establishments as offices and schools are generally familiar with the building. In addition, hotel and motel guests are asleep for much of their stay. So for this one, a fire safety program involves fire prevention, detection, notification, control, and suppression. So basically for fire safety, some employees or most of the employees are trained for fire safety, especially yung mga nag-work sa dining. And for fire safety, syempre basic for the yung mga basic or essential knowledge for fire safety ang dinidiscuss for the training for all of the employees. Pero yung mga malalalim na training for fire safety ay dinidiscuss sa mga taong involved into ang fire or into dun sa mga syempre yung katulad ng kitchen, so yung mga employees sa kitchen and sa dining, and syempre of course our security personnels and other staff that helps maintain the building or the maintenance personnel as well. So yun yung mga malalalim yung training for fire safety. So for fire prevention is clearly linked with maintenance. So it requires being aware of fire safety when performing other tasks. And it's not my job attitude toward fire safety just isn't acceptable. Fire safety is everyone's job. Kaya nga lahat may training. So there are many links between maintenance activities and fire preventions. Establishments with on-site laundry facilities need to have regular cleaning of dryer, ductwork, and frequent removal of lint from filters in order to minimize the risk of fire. If a linen chute is used, it should be also cleaned periodically as needed. In addition, all linen chutes should be kept locked, and inspection of the building's electrical system and especially thermal scanning of electrical wiring also help prevent fires. So, ito nga yung sinasabi natin, kitchen areas pose great risk for fire. Attention to proper housekeeping practices in the kitchen and regular cleaning of ductwork can help prevent fires and reduce their severity if they do occur. And one piece of equipment that is important for both fire and safety and sanitation is the kitchen ventilation or hood system. Hindi pwedeng walang proper ventilation or hood system sa kitchen. And this system must be properly designed and maintained as well. Cleaning a hood system is a major maintenance task, and usually for the hood system, it is conducted through a schedule, and meron talagang mga tao na naglilinis ng hood system. Hindi pwede yung mga chef because ibang job na description na yon. So also pati yung mga grease trap, nililinis din yan to reduce the risk of fire and to avoid grease dump. So yun din yung mga isa sa mga nililinis. And syempre, trash storage and disposal should also be viewed with the possibility of fire in mind. So storing combustible trash near the building on the loading dock, for example, provides an arsonist with the supply of fuel for which only a match is needed. So failure to secure trash rooms and other storage areas in the building may also provide an arsonist with a relatively isolated location loaded with fuel. Ito yung diagram or photo for fire protection preventive maintenance schedule excerpt. So fire prevention, as what we have said, is also a key issue during renovation, and renovation may involve nothing more than replacing some interior finishes, or it may consist of very substantial changes to the building. When replacing interior finishes, be sure to consider the relative flammability and smoke development potential of the materials chosen. Also, be careful about where new furniture, carpeting, and other combustible items are stored. And don't create an opportunity for either an arsonist or carelessly thrown cigarette to create a fire. So, kaya kailangan yung mga materials in the hotel establishment is non-flammable because meron pa rin mga guests tayo na pabaya and very careless, and they may lead into some fire accidents and mag-lead pa to ng malaking disgrasya sa hotel. So on your handouts or PDF file, you may see this fire protection preventive maintenance schedule excerpt. So we have here the equipment, the maintenance schedule, the company or person are responsible, and also the date check signature. So for fire detection, we have discussed fire prevention, fire safety, and now for fire detection. Fires are often first detected by human observation. So, paano mo ba madedetect yung fire? Siyempre, pag may usok or may naiba ka ng naamoy, so parang may amoy na susunog, amoy plastic, typically, yun yung mga kung paano mo nadedetect yung fire. Pero sa hotel, we have the heat detectors, smoke detectors, fire notifications, and fire suppression. So, let's discuss heat detectors. Heat detectors, ito yung mga nagre-react to the absolute temperature in a location, to a change in the temperature of a space or a combination. So usually pag na-detect nila na iba na yung temperature, so na-detect nila that may certain area sa hotel na may fire. So for smoke detector, we have two types. We have the photoelectric detector and we also have the so let's first discuss the photoelectric detector. So for this one, they are triggered when smoke particles either scatter or obscure light ionization. Detectors contain a small amount of radioactive material that establishes a flow of ionized air between charged electrodes in the conductor. So the presence of smoke changes this flow of ionized air and triggers the detector. So, kailangan nililinis din yung mga ating fire detector for this one. And in your handouts or PDF file, we don't have the other type of the smoke detector. Meanwhile, for me to correct myself in this presentation or in our discussion, I would add the smoke detector, the other type of detector in our GC as well. So in order for us to know the other type of smoke detector. So for fire notification naman, it involves all means used to inform guests and employees not only about the existing fire, but also the correct procedure to follow in case of fire. So nakikita nyo yan sa hotel establishment. Meron tayong mga exit lights, signal station, smoke detectors, voice alarm, visual alarm communication system, building horns and alarms, and emergency instructions and floor plans. So yung itong mga fire notification, they provide information not only for the guests but also for the employees, for once na nagkaroon ng fire. So because of the, some smoke we have here, ito na yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Let's go back to our smoke detector topic. So for the smoke detector, again, we have two types, diba sabi ko sa inyo? So we have the photoelectric detector and then we have the single station smoke detector. So yung single station smoke detector, usually, nakikita lang to into residential types of establishment, and they are powered by electrical circuit, not by battery. So itong mga single station smoke detector, meron din silang mga defects kasi since it is dedicated by powered by a dedicated electrical circuit. So once na nawalan ng power sa isang establishment, so medyo mahirap nang mag-function itong single station smoke detector. So let's go back to our fire notification again. So keep in mind that as multilingual written information about emergency procedures may be needed in the restroom, consider provided multilingual spoken instructions when appropriate. So usually, di ba nabanggit nga natin may emergency instructions and floor plans. So for this one, basically, karamihan ng mga fire notification languages is English, Spanish, and meron din minsan Chinese, Japanese, uh, and some basic language na ginagamit nowadays or sa typical hotel. And the basic native language, of course, of the hotel. For example, the hotel is located in France, so of course, their native language is French. So another fire detection equipment that we have is the fire suppression. Or so for fire suppression, in spite of the successful actions by designers and operators to reduce the number of fires, there will still be outbreaks of fires in hospitality establishments. It is therefore necessary to have adequate types of fire suppression and control equipment, and to know how to use this equipment, of course, and to keep it proper operating condition. So ano ba tong mga fire suppression equipment natin? So we have the sprinklers, standpipes, hose system, fire extinguishers, and kung ano pang mga related equipment such as fire pumps, emergency generators, and hoses. So lahat ito kabilang to sa fire and fire safety and security system sa hotel. Hindi pwedeng wala tayong mga fire suppression equipments. And usually this fire suppression equipments is already installed in sa mga areas na kung saan visible siya sa hotel. So for fire control, we have fire dampers, smoke dampers, and stairwell pressurization system. First, fire dampers, these are installed in ductwork where the duct penetrates walls and floors. The dampers, which limit the spread of fire, are usually activated by the melting of a link that holds them in their normally open position. For smoke dampers, these are installed to inhibit the movement of smoke through ductwork, and smoke dampers are controlled by smoke sensors. Smoke sensors may also control smoke by shutting down the air handling system when smoke is detected. And for stairwell pressurization systems, they increase the air pressure in stairwells, thereby keeping the stairwells relatively smoke-free. So these are for fire controls. We have the fire dampers, smoke dampers, and stairwell pressurization system. Now, since we have discussed the safety systems needed in establishment, now let's go to security system. So for security, basically certain basic of crime prevention related facilities, this include the following measure. So guest room doors should self-close and lock automatically and should be equipped with bolt locks and peepholes. Emergency lighting system should be checked for operation at least monthly. Exit door should be clearly identifiable. A key control system should be in effect with keys inventoried daily. Locks should be replaced when keys are missing as well. Adequate lighting levels should be maintained in hallways, parking lots, walkways, and other exposed areas. Landscaping should be clean and trim, inviting to guests but not providing hiding places for criminals. And of course, every employee should keep security in mind every time he or she makes a decision. Training employees to recognize and report suspicious individuals and unsafe conditions is also recommended. And for security, of course, importante to because the guests care about the security, and securities um, is a factor that is important for a guest in order for them to choose a hotel. Of course, if they don't feel secured in your establishment, they will not choose your establishment. or hotel. So a hotel that maintains a high level of security does so through a mix of facility design and managerial practices. Take note, physical facilities designed with security in mind help restrict hotel access to guests only. They are designed to inhibit forced entry, to allow supervision of entrances and exits, and to provide adequate lighting. Managerial practices that increase security include instituting procedures to ensure guest privacy, keeping adequate records to support security-related decisions, training employees to recognize and cope with security-related needs, and adhering to procedures that enhance the security of the property. So we also have key control, and for key control we have the 5 R's of key control. We have the rationale, records, retrieval, rotation, and replacement. So for security topic, key control is very important because key control is for locking systems, and it is necessary in order to establish and maintain the security of the facility. So whether mechanical or electronic locks are used, the need for key control is essentially the same. Mechanical systems rely more on continuous management involvement, while electronic systems embody a large amount of key control within the system itself. So once again, these are the 5 R's of key control. We have the rationale, records, retrieval, rotation, and replacement. For rational, of course, this is the developed keying schedule. For records, you need to keep a record or number of elements with regard to guest room, effective key control, and name of the room, occupants, and many other. And then, syempre, you have to keep record also pag nag-issue ka ng key sa employees mo. And then, anong key, anong in-issue sa employee as well. For retrieve, you need to retrieve the key from guests and employees when they leave the building. It is very important kasi pag hindi mo na-retrieve, that may cause for severe or di pala severe, syempre magkakaroon tayo ng mga unexpected um, instances or situations na kung saan magiging problema ang safety ng guests and the establishment as well. And for rotation, of course, it is very important for the facility to rotate their key control because it is a sort of preventive security action. And some properties rotate locks on a regular basis every 6 months or early year, while others rotate when a given number of guest room key have been lost. And for replacement, since nawala na nga yung key or sometimes sa sobrang katagalan na din, so some establishments need to replace their key control or locks as well. So these are for our topic. So for this week 11, we have references. We have Hospitality Facilities Management and Design, Educational Institute of the American Hotel and Motel Association by David A. Stepanuk and Harold Rothman. And we also have a link on your PDF Faster module for this week 11's references. And we also have suggested readings just in case you might want to know more about safety and security systems in a hotel establishment. So for this week 11, we have a requirement and a required activity. So we have activity 1 and activity 2. For activity 1, we have case study and we have 5 questions. And for activity 2, research and present your finding. So research hotel fire safety requirements and types of fire extinguishers as well. So those are your activity for week 11. We have activity 1 and activity 2. So for week 11, we have discussed safety and security systems. We had also identified the security features of hospitality establishment, and we had elaborated the impacts of safety and security issues for both guests and employees. So once again, thank you everyone. And this PowerPoint presentation was prepared by Sir Jemuel Anthony O. Garcia. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask us. You may go directly to school or ask us through the group chat. Thank you so much po and God bless.